In a world where there are too many comic books to keep up with, one podcast has the stones to bring you all of your comic book needs. Week by week. Book by book. One epic show. You are now tuned in to Nerd Church Radio.
Hello and welcome to NCR DC Mass. God damn it, episode number 44. And this is actually the 71st episode of NCR that we have recorded. Nice, if you count all the shows, Sunday schools, everything. Yeah, I've been here for every single one. I've been the one constant. I am the all-knowing, all-seeing jerk of NCR. No, I'm not really. I'm like the non-knowing. I'm just the like that. I'm like the constant voice of annoyance on NCR is what I am. So anyway, I am your host, Ben Dupay,
Travis Roseberry,
Ariel Dupay,
and we are your comic book overlords and overlady. So Bradley is not with us this week. He had to do something with children. He needs to get his priorities straight. But we are carrying on without him. It goes podcasts, then comics, then kids. That's how it goes.
Is that how it goes for you, Travis?
Yeah.
No comment.
I'm the only I'm the non-parent setting those priorities. So, no, we're having fun this week though. We got a barbecue lined up later. We're gonna get out in this heat and enjoy some good food. So,
it's actually been pretty nice outside.
Not too hot. Yeah. It's compare. I mean, as opposed to a blazing fire, it's more like a smoldering fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Good job, Hulk.
Yeah. So, speaking of that and the Thor trailer and stuff, we should talk about SDCC and some of the announcements that came out of that. We went over it a little bit on DC Communion, but yeah, let's talk about it, man. Justice League trailer first. What
awesome. Did you think? Very, very cautious about.
Hold on, awesome. Wait, this is not awesome. What you said to me.
I said it was awesome. I'm just being very cautious about my expectations of the movie.
Cautiously awesome.
Yes, exactly. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you guys think?
There's a lot going on.
There was
a lot.
Get a little closer to your mic for me here.
I'm a little nervous about Aquaman just because I feel like all of his written lines are going to be like, "Oh yeah, woo, yeah,"
and that's the concern we talked about on DC Communion too. Was like a lot of people say he's very one-dimensional and he's just like the beer-drinking hell yeah rock star type guy.
Yeah,
and to me that's like, oh man, Aquaman's so much more than that. He's very like royal and like he's a king, and he carries himself like a king.
I hope he develops as the story goes forward.
I do too.
In the movie, so
yeah. But I don't know. I look at these films from two perspectives. I look at them from my fanboy perspective, where I think everything's awesome and they can do no wrong. Then I look at it from a critical film perspective, and it's like, that's not a very good movie. Like, like Batman v Superman, there should be, in my opinion, 3 acts to a movie. You should go 3 major places. Like in Wonder Woman, you were at the Mascara, then you were in London, then you were at the final battle. And like that's how that movie flowed. Batman v Superman had like a bazillion settings. They didn't really line up. There was no first, second, and third act. It was just like there was like 10 acts in that movie.
There's like a 2-minute fight scene.
Yeah. So I hope this isn't that. I hope it's more cohesive, I think, and they visit maybe some more places. It's really hard to pull off, because Civil War didn't have 3 acts. I mean, they jumped around a lot, but I think they had a little more leeway because people were very invested in those characters.
Sure, yeah.
So,
and they've developed them over time. So
10 years.
Yeah. I did like the fact, I loved the boom tube. I thought that was pretty cool looking.
Boom tube. Now, who did the boom tube?
Cyborg.
No.
Really?
It's at, I think it's like at the 1 minute
it's
mark.
Steppenwolf.
It's what Steppenwolf comes out.
To the Mascara.
Their Mascara.
Oh.
Yeah, the portal. That's what I thought.
The
boom
tube. Yeah.
Is that,
The boom tube is the actual the invisible like looking thing that shoots down over the mother box, and then you travel through that.
You learn something new every day, because I always thought it was just Cyborg's ability. Like,
No.
Well, Cyborg was made with a mother box.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that makes
that's why he's able to do that.
Yep.
So, I enjoyed it. I think the person at the very end of the trailer, I think that might be a Green Lantern.
That's Superman.
There's a green reflection in Alfred's glasses.
I think it's Superman.
Okay. I know you want
They have to talk about that. They're bringing him back.
But then they said all in at the end.
Yeah.
So
I do like the fact that they acknowledge the fact that there is no Green Lanterns on this Earth.
No
and then they said
lanterns, no Kryptonian,
and all that. I was like, awesome. They actually talk about the Lanterns here, so
yeah.
we're gonna get them.
and that was Steppenwolf saying, like, there's no one to protect this planet. So I think the turn of events was like maybe we were saying on the other show, he may be talking about Abin Sur. That used to be the lantern that protected this planet, and maybe Hal is off in space training. Maybe he's off in space helping the Corps with something else, or maybe Abin Sur is off in space helping the Corps with something else. And in the Corps movie, we'll get that first moment with Abin Sur and Hal. Who knows? Yeah.
You think Hal's going to be in it?
No, I'm talking about in the Green Lantern Corps movie.
I know. You think Hal's going to be the main focus of it?
Oh, I think he'll be it's going to be Hal and
John?
John.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the two that they've said are going to be like the main part of that movie. So that's unconfirmed, but that's what a lot of people have said. So yeah, I enjoyed it though. I thought it overall was pretty cool. Watching Aquaman crash through a building and surf on a parademon's body was like fun, I guess.
As nerdy as this sounds, watch it again sometime and look real close at the perspective. I think
it's off.
Yeah,
it's
there's a
very
fence
off.
or something, and he like jumps over, and the fence is only like 2 feet tall.
It looks like a
It's
video game. Man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like
I was a little like, oh, is this how the whole movie's gonna be?
Yeah, I hope not.
There's
but
a lot of CGI.
But
a lot of Well, you can't do a
Yeah.
Justice League movie without CGI.
I do like the fact that they showed Cyborg's fingers like becoming little tendrils and reaching into the bat.
And
thing,
Alfred's
and
like, I'm sorry,
what?
do I know you?
Like, fireball now, quick! Knock him out.
Yeah. That was funny. What did you guys think of Flash?
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah.
I did.
I think he's he actually, as weird as it sounds, he reminds me of Chris Evans a little bit. There is a part where he's talking, like where all the Justice League disappears, and he's talking. He looks and sounds a lot like Chris Evans if you pay close attention to it. But
I do like the fact that they acknowledge him and give him that one little line. Like, I think it's really awesome that you guys are like ready to do battle and everything, but I don't do battle. I just push people and run away.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I expect from
Barry Allen.
immature Barry Allen
Yep.
Flash.
I
It's
agree.
cool because the guy who plays Cyborg and the guy who plays Flash, they actually have a pretty strong bromance outside of the movie. So I think their chemistry is going to be really great in the movie, which will help since we don't know them. It'll help them be more likable.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
And the only
for
reason
sure.
I don't think that's Superman is because it was so obvious with the hope line. I feel like Alfred being like, "You'll bring hope" or something.
Oh yeah.
No, he says, "I hope
you're
it's not too late."
I hope it's not too late. I feel like the word hope is the most supposed to make you feel like it's Superman, and they're trying to throw you off.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I think it's Superman, is because they do the whole like Jurassic Park water glass.
I just
I
Superman
think it's
doesn't
him.
make that noise when he's walking, though.
No,
you
but
gotta
I
be
think
landing.
he's breaking in or landing
Yeah.
or something
That's
along
true.
those things. Because I don't know, but
Yeah.
he
Superhero
is
landing.
coming back because they did a little thing online where they show that he gave a bunch of the Justice League shields to everybody who worked on the show.
Oh, he's in
So
the
he's
movie.
there, but I think that's going to be the thing. Like they're acting like, oh, he's come back and this is the big surprise, but everybody already knows it. But
Yeah, he's on the IMDb page. I mean, like, he is in the movie. Everyone knows he's in the movie. But I don't know. I think the big surprise is going to be Green Lantern being in the movie.
I'm down with that. I'm cool.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So we do have some other news to talk about other than the Justice League trailer. Next bit of news, and I wanted to discuss this on this show when Travis was here. Frank Miller is writing a Superman origin story.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Quote from him, he says, "I've got a new Superman project that's getting started telling his origins. It's like my book Batman Year One. It's going to be Superman Year One. It's going to be telling origins from when Pa Kent discovers him in the cornfield and the little boy grows to youth and then to manhood. I've never really had my meaningful crack at Superman. In the cast of DC Comics, which is far and away the strongest and richest mythology, there are those three pillars they have: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. So
awesome.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep, they announced that at SDCC.
You know, they always have about once every few years. They always restart and have another, taken or look on the whole Superman mythos.
Yep.
And I welcome it. Let's go. Let's see this thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be
writing and drawing, or
I don't know about that. I know he's writing it,
okay.
but I don't know. It'll be interesting because he hasn't treated Big Boy Blue very well in the past.
True.
He was Batman's enemy. He was kind of the president of the United States. It's like so. It's like I really want to see him give that character more meaning or whatever. And Frank Miller is like one of those guys that I either love his stuff or I hate it.
He's kind of dark.
Yeah,
he's very stylized, and he's very much like Zack Snyder's movies. I mean, I either love him or I hate him. So, so we'll see how he does with that. So, either way, more Superman can never be a bad thing.
Nope.
I always love to read the origin story, especially for you. You know, it can never be a bad thing for
Nope.
you. So, all right, cool. You got any news, Ariel?
Yeah, you just told me this a couple hours ago. Superman, Death of Superman is going to become an animated movie or TV show?
Animated movie. 2-part animated movie.
Awesome.
Yep, I tagged you in this.
Yep.
Out of the millions of things I tagged you in this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a very busy weekend on mine.
on the social medias.
I'm a little hesitant because Ramondo has been sending me links and stuff to movies, and he got me on the first one, and it was a fake on the Infinity War or something like that. And
oh my god!
I was driving, and I was like, I've been waiting for this, and I pulled over to watch it. I'm like, you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I went into a conference room and turned the lights off to watch it because it was like, this has to be special when I watch this for the first time.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, oh man, you serious? So yeah, it makes you a little hesitant on other people's stuff. So yeah. I've never done that to people, though. I just gotta say,
I'm not mad. I'm just jealous I didn't think of it first.
Yeah,
Brad did that to me once. He put casting for Walking Dead extras, and I was like freaking out, texting everyone like, "I'm totally gonna try this." And then I clicked on the link. It was like fake.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was actually pretty funny. So
Really?
the same thing happened with the casting for Star Wars and the Iowa thing, and it was like. The article didn't even say it was fake, but if you go to the About section on the website, they're like, all the articles on this website are satirical. And I think they were just like making fun of Iowa, and it's like, I hate you. Iowa actually does have beautiful landscapes and stuff. Yeah. It's awesome. Iowa's great. I love Iowa. All right. That's not, come on. We got ledges. We got ray gun, zombie burger.
Zombies like corn.
Yeah. It's got all sorts of cool stuff. We got NCR here.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
All right. We will move things on to the book reviews.
Nerds.
All right. So, does that just keep swimming? Is that what that was?
No, that's Awkward Turtle. You don't know that?
Awkward Turtle. Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Get the inappropriate giraffe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is great
awesome.
for audio.
Yeah, this is awesome for audio listeners. Yeah, so, all right, we got a lot of books to cover this week, so I'm going to go over our first one. Surprisingly, is going to be Justice League number 25, which
I can't wait to hear your review for this, man.
Yeah, it was an oversized issue, and it's written by Brian Hitch, so, we'll see what happens. So the Shirak is a creature that rose a long time ago and created zombie armies that spread across the galaxy. But the Green Lantern Corps stopped this creature at the expense of a bunch of innocent lives. As the Shirak died, it sent out pieces of itself into the galaxy so that it could be reborn someday. And the Lantern Corps managed to get all the stones, all the pieces of the Shirak except for one, which, go figure, landed on Earth. So this book follows a one-off story where the Justice League has to deal with this Shirak dude as he's trying to turn Earth into his zombie army. In the end, of course, the Justice League is strong enough to defeat the Shirak, and this whole time, Batman was too lazy to come out and fight with them. He just sat around talking to the redheaded lady from the Timeless story arc about what's happening on Earth.
What a lump.
Yeah, I know, right? Literally, did nothing. It's like, what are you doing, Batman? You're crew is turning into zombies.
He's investigating.
Yep. And then in true Brian Hitch style, they foreshadow a greater threat for future issues of the Justice League at the end. So, yeah, go figure, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It was fun, I guess. I had a decent time. I think Brian Hitch is best served with one-off stories. I'll put it that way. I really like reading.
But he doesn't know how to do a one-off story. He always introduces a bigger, more deeper threat
he
at the end.
foreshadows it, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, it definitely not the best Justice League story I've ever read, but I think like it was easy enough to follow. If this continued to a 6-part story arc, I would not be on board. No. I'm glad it was condensed to one story. So that being said, it was decent, I guess. What did you guys think of this one?
I agree. It was okay. I saw that Hitch was on the front, so I pushed it all the way to the back of my reading list.
I know, right?
I was just like, I can't do an oversized issue of Hitch.
Oversized, yeah.
I was like, ugh. But I read the whole thing. I thought it was okay. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the art. I really don't. Oh
man, there was this one panel of Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. If you look, it's on the very second to last page, 29.
Okay, hold on.
Very bottom right corner of Simon and Jessica doing a fist bump. And Jessica's face, she looks...
Oh, yeah.
What is up with that? She looks like a creature, or not human.
Yeah, and even on the front cover, Wonder Woman looks like a dude. I don't know.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah, the faces are weird.
Yeah, but very colorful issue.
Yeah,
the story for being Hitch, it's a very linear story pattern.
Very cohesive.
Yeah. Normally he's jumping around all over the place, and you got to figure it out 6 issues from now. And, I'm grading
on the Brian Hitch curve here.
There you
so
go.
On that curve, I think it's brilliant. It's A plus. So, but in normal people standards, it was okay, I guess. What did you think, Ariel?
I'm convinced he stole this idea from Harry Potter. Voldemort splits his soul into 7 parts and throws him out into the universe so he can live forever. Calling you out, Hitch.
Dang.
It could happen. Do it on Twitter. I'm sure you'll get a...
Wow.
I wrote that in my review. I was like, he cast the Horcruxes. Stones. Sorry.
Yeah,
I gave it a purgatory. The Green Lantern story was kind of cool. It was a little weird that they killed him because I didn't think they were really killers like that, but it was okay.
All right. Well, we do have a rating system here where we like to rate our comic books. I'll play that rating system so you know what we're talking about.
If a comic book is bad, we rate it as blasphemy. If the book is good, we give our blessing. If the book is not bad, not good, but just kind of meh, we rate it as stuck in purgatory. If the book is great, we rate it as holy. And if a comic book exceeds all standards of awesomeness, we rate that book as salvation.
I'm going to go blessing on this one, though. I thought it was decent. I don't know. I had fun. I really didn't expect too much out of it. I think that's probably what caused me to give it a higher rating. I thought it was fun enough. It was a little nice Justice League one-off story. Maybe if you're not really into Hitch's run, if you stop buying it, but you just really want to read a Justice League story, maybe read Trinity, and if they're sold out of that, then buy this. So yeah,
I agreed. That's a good assessment.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, DC, can you please stop with the Snickers ads in the middle? It's throwing
so
me off
confusing,
so bad.
And they always make it look like the story that's happening.
Yeah,
like it's identical to what you're reading.
Yeah,
so
you flip the page because this is one I actually read a hard copy of, and I'm like, what the heck is happening here?
I know, right?
And
it's like, I think I actually threw down the comic. I was like, "Oh, come on!" They got me again.
I know.
It's like, "Damn you, Ramondo!"
It's like this.
I'm just gonna blame him for everything.
Practical joke that they're playing on the readers. I feel like. So, what would you rate it?
I would agree with the blessing side of things, but the art and the storyline, I'm gonna go purgatory.
Okay,
it's
that's
again,
fair.
I'll
it's
read
totally
the next
fair.
one, but
yeah, and Ariel said purgatory.
Yeah, and look at this. She legit at the very last panel. You see her? She looks like the smiling Grinch.
Oh, she doesn't she? Wow. Yeah.
Nice job.
And Ariel's talking about the redheaded girl from The Timeless, by the way.
Did you ever find out her name?
Nope, did not. didn't care enough to. So
You're invested.
yeah, so invested in this. So invested. So, all right, we will move things on to our next comic book of the week, which is Superman number 27.
Superman 27 Declaration Part 1. Can you help me out with the artists on this?
Yeah, we don't need to do it, actually.
All right.
It's fine.
This one is actually, I have a really short review on because not a lot happened in this one.
Unless you want to, like, go through all the historical facts of the United States that they cover.
Actually,
And then George Washington discovered the apple tree. And
Huh?
yeah.
That stuff
cherry
is cool,
tree,
you
but-
guys.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
right, yeah.
I don't think all our listeners need to hear it.
So the Super Family goes on an educational field trip or vacation across the United States. Niagara Falls water slide, life lessons of equality, religion, empathy, and all other wholesomeness of Superman, which is nice to see again.
If you look really close, you can see Jim and Pam getting married in the background. Oh, you like
Hey-o,
that? Yeah.
there you go.
All right.
Nothing happened other than the Soup family had a nice, relaxing time together. And that's it.
Yeah, they had a vacation. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, man. I really wanted a little more. Like
I did too. I thought something was going to happen, even at the very end where he's like, oop, I got the JLA buzzer. I gotta go.
Justice League buzzer. Yep.
Yeah. So he goes to pull the buzzer out, and then he just disappears. And I'm like, I flipped the page over. It's the end of the comic. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, really? What?
Well, and like we had that one issue in this series where they kind of took a night off and went to the Hamilton County Fair.
Yeah.
But he kept having to like interrupt his time to like stop robbers or something.
Yeah, something.
And that's why that worked, is because like you got some Superman action in the middle of that.
And Superman doing the water slide down Niagara Falls doesn't count.
No,
To me, it
no.
wasn't. I mean, it was cool to see him interacting with his teenage son and everything, or pre-teenage. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it was a filler comic for me. So,
it was very much.
I'm on the verge between blessing and purgatory. I'm a Superman sucker, so I would lean towards blessing, but I could definitely see where people put it in purgatory.
I gave it a blessing. I like the family values stuff.
I did too.
I like seeing their relationship grow. I'm okay with the slow burn, and I think that's what they're doing in this story arc. Is they're slowly building up this family man Superman and giving you a real sense of his family and their values and how they interact with each other and how genuine they are and stuff like that. So it's a very like Leave It to Beaver type family, and I'm cool with that, man. I think that's how Superman should be, and I think it's important after the New 52 and the Superman we had there to really try and instill that Superman
That wholesomeness,
into
that we lost,
So I think like giving us that is probably for where we're at in DC Rebirth and stuff and post New 52. I think that's a good thing.
And I'm just hoping it's nothing that's as bad as let's see, pre 52 where they did Superman Walks Across America. That was a rough run they did. It was like the last 3 or 4 issues before they started New 52, and it was rough.
Well, this is Tomasi and Gleason though. I really don't think they're going to be. I don't think that. I think this was a one-off. I really don't see this lasting any longer than it did.
You think it's like the wholesome leaving the farm, getting ready to go to the big city?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
He is being pretty loose about walking around in his Superman pants outside there.
Yeah,
It's
a little bit.
I feel like those satellite cameras just found out Superman's secret identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just saying. So, what would you rate this one, Ariel?
I actually gave it a holy.
Really?
I think Tomasi and Gleason were trying to make a statement with this issue. Just, I don't know, like how Benjamin Percy kind of looks at the world around us and translate. To me, it was a huge
like
statement.
the coexist thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Superman wasn't born good. He's like he has family values that were instilled to him by his uncle or Ben and his whatever. But
Not Ben, that's Spider-Man.
Oh, whatever. The old man and the old lady.
Martha.
Oh my God, I can't really forget that.
John.
And it was cool to see him try to instill those same values into John, like the coexisting and caring about everyone and the world is your oyster and everyone matters. Except the only thing that annoyed me is like the veteran. How they were like, oh, he got a job now. Like, this is real life.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that, like, they actually allowed that veteran to sit at that restaurant, like, in real life, that wouldn't happen.
No,
like, if they said, we're not going to serve your kind here, Superman arguing with them for a couple minutes isn't going to change that. They're not going to serve him.
Yeah,
and
that
honestly,
was
like,
silly.
why are they not going to serve him? Like, this dude is pretty well spoken and I mean, like, what? Just because you've seen him rolling around on a wheelchair outside, like he doesn't really look that homeless.
People hate the Vietnam War, and there's a lot.
This isn't the 70s or 80s. I mean,
I know, but he's a veteran.
But he's not a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
He's way too young.
He talks about being in Iraq and
Yeah.
some other place. But
okay, maybe.
Yeah, no, but I like the fact that that's really tripping you guys up, and this is a story about a guy who has come as a baby in a rocket across the stars. Small ability, absorbs yellow sunlight. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I know. Right?
I do like the fact, like when Clark faces off against the hostess at the restaurant and gives that wholesome speech, and it wasn't like of hate, escalation. It's just, hey, you're actually causing the problem here. There's no real big issue. Let's just all coexist, right?
I wish I could be that well spoken.
Yeah, me too. I'm more like, no, your face is ugly.
But I also like the part at the end where Superman and like John goes to bed, and what does he say? He's like,
want to go up and kiss
want to look at the stars and make out?
Yeah,
It just seems like such a teenager thing to say. I don't know. It cracks me up. So
I did too. I laughed at that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like Superman, wholesome family guy Superman. I think that's fun. I hope they don't take it too far and make this a 5 or 6 issue thing.
They might, because she says, "Remember Washington D.C. tomorrow."
Yeah, but I don't know. Next issue is called Unknown Soldiers. I really don't think they can get away with doing multiple issues without an adventure.
We got to see him punch something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, fans are dropping off. But
yeah, for sure. All right, well, we will move things on to Green Arrow number 27.
Written by Benjamin Percy and artist Jamal Campbell. With the help of Green Arrow's insight, Barry is finally starting to understand how the Ninth Circle works. Coming upon a crime scene, Barry does his forensics work and then heads to the lab to see what he can find out. Which, that whole scene was a little weird to me. Like, what are you looking for? During a weapons expo, one of the armed robotics springs to life and blasts those around it, declaring that there will be no peace in America. As it flees, Arrow catches up and swiftly takes it down. He begins to interrogate the man behind the expensive mask when he's interrupted by none other than Wonder Woman. While the heroes are distracted, Robo-Guy takes the opportunity to escape. Huge fail on Wonder Woman and Green Arrow's side.
It was kind of fun to see Wonder Woman and Green Arrow interacting for once, though, in the books. I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, I'm sure back in the day that happened a lot, but,
it was interesting. Fun. I don't know why she really was there. But Wonder Woman encases Arrow in her last of truth and learns that he's in fact being honest. He did not murder Wendy Poole. Now Wonder Woman is part of the gang that truly understands that Oliver Queen is a changed man. During a ceremony to honor the memory of the dead politicians and lobbyists, the Ninth Circle attacks the Washington Monument, but we soon learn that wasn't the true target, and with that, the traitorous senator meets her end. Diana and Oliver learn the identity of Robo-Guy and track his suit back to LexCorp.
Yep.
This is exciting because I'm just, I know he's evil.
She hates Lex Luthor, man. She doesn't want him to be a good guy. I want him to be a good guy. I think he's a good anti-hero. I don't know. He just came to help Superman, like in Action Comics.
Because there's a facade he's trying really hard to get everyone to believe.
Yeah.
I guess, man. I don't know. He's shown up to do the right thing several times. I mean, it's been almost a year.
Facade.
Yep, facade. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
I know.
Western
Okay.
Is anybody at DC nervous that they're going to get sued by Marvel for the Red Skull?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he's a burn victim, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he does. When I saw that, the first thing I thought was like, that's Red Skull for sure. But yeah, I don't know. What'd you think?
I mean, it was a fun issue. I really like seeing him and Flash together, and Green Arrow is kind of the outcast in these books, and I feel like they're working towards making him more in the group of the Justice League. So that's cool.
Wonder Woman's looking pretty BA there.
Yeah, right?
When she's fighting over the top of DC. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think they're going to do this thing where, like, the Justice League slowly trickles into his story just one by one, and we're going to get little pieces of that, because people miss seeing the Green Arrow interact with Justice League. But, again, that's the point of the Green Arrow, is, like, he's not part of that team. He's the regular man superhero. He's almost like Spider-Man is, like, he's ground level, not part of the Avengers, which, I mean, that part of Green Arrow is always cool to me. So, speaking of which, we got a new Green Arrow season 5 trailer. We got a Flash season 4 trailer. Did you see either of those?
I saw the Flash one. I haven't seen the Green Arrow yet.
Yeah, Green Arrow, you're not missing too much. It does look pretty crazy. Deathstroke's back in it, which that's kind of cool.
That's kind of
and they're going back to the island in it or whatever. So
okay.
Which I don't know. It's like I love that and I hate it because they do go back to that island.
No, Stephen Amell made a statement that you will never see the island again. I swear to God, he made a statement about this.
They're on some island. I don't know. Maybe it's not that one. But I love and I hate that because I don't want to see him recycling old storylines. But at the same time, season 1 and 2 of Green Arrow or Arrow were the best seasons of that show.
Yep.
So I would love to see him revisit something and maybe do it in a fresh way because that show has lost my interest for a while. So
yeah. Got a DVR full of this last season.
I know. I have. Yeah. I'm about a third of the way through it, I think, and then I just lost interest. But that and Legends of Tomorrow are two shows I just don't keep up with.
That's a hard.
But
pass.
The Flash is. Yeah. I love The Flash.
Yep.
So, and the new season trailer looked pretty cool.
Yep.
I guess I'm glad they're not doing a speedster villain.
Yep.
Because it's been 3 seasons in a row now that we've done a speedster villain.
So do we get a rating on this?
Yeah. What would you rate it?
Just because of the LexCorp, I give it a holy.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm at a holy. I really enjoyed it. I like it had several cool things. I like watching the Flash and Green Arrow interact in the comic books. I like watching Wonder Woman and Green Arrow interact in the comic books, and I like the Lex Luthor thing. So for that, I give it a holy.
Holy.
Awesome. We will move things on then as soon as I write this timestamp down to Batman number 27. So that is by Tom King, I believe. And so Batman 27, in the continuation of the War of Jokes and Riddles, we get a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a confusing comic book.
Actually, it's an interlude.
Okay, sure. So
exactly.
Seriously, I thought the pages were out of order on this one. I think Ariel thought that too.
I did.
But basically, and I went and, I thought our review copies were messed up because it was just very confusing. And but I found the paper copy. The pages are in order. It's just how it's written. So basically what it is it's the story of how Kite Man was born. So this guy who built the Joker mobile for Joker way back in the day tries to set up a meeting with the Joker. Then Batman finds out. Then the Riddler finds all out, and all hell breaks loose. This guy's son, Kite Man's son, who happens to love kites, gets caught in the crossfire of this battle, and he dies. And out of the ashes of this kite-loving child, a villain with a corny nickname is born. So, Kite Man, and that's all we get in this issue. The war blazes on, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I don't know about this. I feel like, They breezed over a lot in this whole War of Jokes and Riddles thing. Like, we've gotten a few splash pages showing what the sides are. Never really showed us Joker or Riddler recruiting any of the armies. Never really showed us why they're fighting. We got that one interaction between Joker and the Riddler at the start where Joker shot the Riddler, but that's it.
Which I was going to ask you, but I was trying to save a little face, but I don't know why they're fighting, other than the fact in that first one, the Riddler solved a puzzle of the Joker's map of where he was going to attack and do all this stuff, and it's like, that's really enough to cause a war?
Yeah, there's no... I have no idea why they're fighting.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe I'm missing some small nuance, but I mean, I know anything would cause the Joker to go ballistic on someone, but not to cause a whole dividing of the city and join up all these other bad guys. So
it's really kind of, I hate to be negative or say this, but it's kind of a flop for me because I was so excited about bringing the Joker back and what that's going to mean.
Yeah.
I think it was done better in Dark Days, the casting, where we got a little bit of an explanation for what happened after Joker died in the New 52 and the ninth metal brought him back or whatever. That was kind of cool. But I don't know, this it's just seemed a little rushed, and it's been kind of hard to keep up with or follow, I guess. I mean, and I don't know, it's very odd because Tom King has done pretty well on Batman up to this point. But you can't always have good days, I guess, or whatever. Maybe he just tried to take on something that was maybe too big, or that I don't know what went on, but This whole story arc's in purgatory for me, honestly. I'm not really enjoying it very much. I normally, before this, have always looked forward to reading Batman. It's always been the first thing I've read, and now it's kind of working its way to the back of my reading list every week. So
I think I'm on boat with that one.
Purgatory?
Yeah, because I'm the same way. I'm not really sure what's going on. Batman's really not in this. It's more just the two of them.
Yep.
And then the Joker seems really odd to me. He seems very out of character.
He does. He doesn't talk much.
No.
I mean,
he's always depressed almost.
He never laughs or smiles, which I think
get.
is
They're
the
kind of
point.
going for it, yeah. But
it's just not landing.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I spent so much time retracing my steps and trying to figure out the events unfolding that I can't even pull one significant thing from this issue because I was too busy just trying to understand it, and to me that just makes a bad comic. Period. So I give it a blasphemy.
Ooh, okay.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not at a blasphemy. I think like the art is good enough to save it from that for me. I think there is some validity here. But
I think you and I, Ben, are on the same page of we're hoping that in the next couple of issues we get a really good story start to develop. Right now you got
but the thing is we're halfway through it though.
Oh yeah, good point.
So it seems like I hope we get a good story that like sort of comes together, things start making sense or whatever. Mm-hmm. And maybe it all will. Maybe he's got a grand plan that we're going to look back. I mean, because that's happened before where it's been like I wasn't enjoying something and at the end it all just sort of came together to form a really cool story. So it could happen.
And there's so much Batman. Like, God, there's Batman in almost every book that, like, when something like this happens, it just totally takes me off track. And it's like, I have so much Batman somewhere else. You're not doing anything for me. So.
Yeah. Yep. All right, cool.
Yup. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Well,
yep.
On that note, we will move things on to Green Lanterns number 27.
Green Lanterns 27 out of time. Yep. So
now we're just going to do it to piss you off.
So bear with me here. I wanted to try something new. Wakey, wakey, Jaybird. This is your Travel Lantern wake-up call. As member of the GL Corps and the AAA Travel Lantern Corps, I have taken you to a vacation destination. Our location comes complete with soothing volcanic eruptions, pumice stone for wonderful exfoliation.
Sounds nice.
Exotic wildlife unlike anything you've ever seen.
Look.
Don't worry, you're not alone on this journey. You and one other guest can enjoy the oasis. However, some work is required for your relaxation to begin.
Who is it?
It's you're the person you brought with you.
Okay.
Come on, jeez. I'm the travel lantern. I don't have to answer all these questions.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, so back at it. You and your guest, Mr. Baz, that is, will enjoy a rendezvous with the life entity at the planet's core. Error. It would appear that I have transported you to Earth 10 billion years in the past.
Ruh-roh.
I hope you enjoy your stay, though. I must also alert the two of you that I have invited 7 other guests to join you. In fact, they are 7 Green Lanterns like yourselves. So enjoy.
The OG crew of the Green Lanterns. Yeah.
I thought the art was really awesome in this.
Yeah.
I did was a little out of place except for when they went into the planet's core and they found the life entity, and then I immediately understood when they said, "Oh, it's still in its infancy stage." I went, "Oh, Blackest Night. That's Earth."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "But how can they be on?" And as soon as that happened, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't mention in my review was the little side story about one of the original 7, which I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. It starts at the B, I believe. The robot.
Yeah, I forget what he's called. I'm not. Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool. It was neat. He becomes a Green Lantern, one of the original 7, and I think that's all of the storylines for all of them. But
yeah, and I really like this.
Yes, thank you.
We've actually every issue we've gotten one of these 7, and it's just been a little 2-page thing every issue where it's like someone gets a ring and tells, and it's kind of been nice that they're working up to this.
Yeah.
Where they're all going to be in the same place now.
Exactly.
I've wondered where they were going with that.
Yep.
So.
And I liked it a lot. I gave it a blessing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say holy. I'm still a little. I'm still invested in the Rami and Volthoom storyline, and it'll be really neat. I want to find out what's going on with Baz and the lantern shards that are his ring shards that are in his forearm now. I think.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to become like a living lantern kind of thing?
I do. Yeah, I think that's where they're going because they made it look like it's like this weird writing on his arm or something. Like,
that's his tattoo that he's always had.
Oh,
but,
okay.
When he tried to wake his brother up from a coma, which you're not supposed to do as a lantern, that lit up on his forearm.
Oh, okay.
And he was actually successful at waking up his brother from a coma. And that's when, what's his name? Chip? Yeah. The little squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
That was his partner. He's like, whoa. How did you do that? You're not supposed to do that. But no, it was really neat, and I'm invested in it. I love it. I love the monkey bird thing that attacked him.
that was fun. I love that she made a giant cat
yes, exactly.
go after them, too.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. So
I like the interaction with the Ring and Jessica.
Jaybird.
I like Jaybird and all this other stuff.
yeah.
I give it a blessing. I like it. I'm invested. I'll keep buying this and keep reading it every week. It's
cool.
moving its way up on my reading list too.
Nice,
So.
very cool. Yeah, I've always been on board with Sam Humphries' Green Lanterns. I've always thought this is just a fun Green Lantern story. It's not super heavy, you know. It's just kind of a light sort of buddy cop romp, and I enjoy it. So I've had a lot of fun. I give it a blessing, I think, too.
I freaking loved it.
Did you?
Just nerd side note, I'm obsessed with Pangea. Like, I think it's the coolest thing ever to see it on the pages. It's really cool.
What?
That's when,
Earth was all one continent.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Like how they found dinosaur bones on 2 different continents. It's because of Pangea. I don't know. I just find that so cool. And then I love the interactions between the Ring and Jessica. Like, it's one of my favorite parts. And I like that she's like the level head in this, because Simon's freaking out and she's the one that's kind of trying to stay calm and focused. And
Yeah.
I love seeing her like this finally. I give it a holy.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, we will move things on to our... Yep. Okay. We'll move things on to our final book of the evening.
Maybe not. Maybe I won't do it now.
Oh, come on.
Nightwing number
25,
which I didn't read, but I'm excited to hear about.
Written by Tim Seeley.
I'm batting 1,000 with my wife here.
Yeah, you are. We are thrown back to when Nightwing first discovers the bomb. Just as luck would have it, at that very moment, Clock King enters with a time-freezing vest. With the lucky comic coincidence, insert eye roll, then somehow Nightwing rudely punches Clock King and uses the vest to get everyone off the ship. First of all, that was really rude. Like, I was really upset when Nightwing punched him for no apparent reason, other than to get the vest.
Clock King looks a lot different in this book than he does in Harley Quinn.
This is what he looks like in Green Arrow, when he was on Green Arrow. Tiger Shark is obviously very upset that he's been bamboozled. He goes to confront Roland, who just smirks. Shark's anger explodes and with a push of a button turns 2 goons into, well, Tiger Sharks. Roland has his power of Blockbuster behind him, so he easily fights the dude off. Nightwing, knowing that he's pretty useless at the moment in a fight, decides to confront Roland the old-fashioned way, over a drink. Nightwing, in a more mannered way, pretty much calls Roland a sissy. Well, Roland doesn't take that so well, and Blockbuster's out, and then leaves. He literally throws a tantrum and then leaves. He's got to control that temper, man. Back at home, Dick rightfully gets dumped by Sean. No, seriously, he really deserved that. Even with a broken heart, Nightwing knows he needs to protect the city. I hated this issue, and I love Nightwing, and I hated it. I hated everything about it. The bomb thing was stupid. The relation, like, who is this character? This isn't Nightwing.
Yeah,
This is an
it's been
imposter.
kind of like an off series since Rebirth started, honestly.
No, it hasn't. It's Bloodhaven. Ever since he's moved to Bloodhaven, it's been like just so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been excited about it. I don't know, since Rebirth started. It's just there have been a couple issues that were kind of fun for me, but like the one where he teamed up with Superman, that was a lot of fun, I thought. But overall, yeah, not my favorite. So what would you rate it?
I gave it Purgatory. I hated it.
Okay. Did you read this one, Travis?
I did not.
Okay.
Nope.
Yep.
Nightwing. Yep. Yep. I don't really go to Nightwing really, so
Yeah.
You're not missing much right now, honestly.
evidently. Yeah.
I want more of the Grayson stuff that we got from New 52, man. That was killer. So
He's
I
just
feel
not acting like himself. Like, I don't know. It just it seems like Tim Seeley doesn't really know Nightwing or something. That's how it feels.
Yeah, and well, didn't he kind of like lose his memory too with the whole him working for a spy organization thing? I feel like,
but
that
he
was
got
the
it
thing.
back.
Oh, did he?
If I remember right, he got it back.
Okay,
I have to ask Brad.
cool. Yeah, he would be the one to answer that question
He's
for sure.
screaming into
Yeah,
the car
yeah,
right
he
now.
is. He is probably. So.
Brad, you can't answer right now.
Yeah, he'll be texting me later, or you, or all of us. All right, well, that's all we got for you guys this week. But as always, if you want to find us on social media, you can do so everywhere at Nerd Church Radio. You can find me personally on Twitter at IndieComicBen. We would really love it if you would give us an iTunes review. If you want to do that, just go over to iTunes and hit that 5-star button. That's all you got to do. And if you want to donate to us on Patreon, help us keep the mics on.
Hey, there we go.
You can find us at patreon.com/nerdchurchradio. And that's all I got for you guys this week. Where can we find you, Travis?
You can find me on Twitter at TritonTR, TRITONTR.
And Ariel.
Right now, you can email me at ariel.dupay@yahoo.com.
Okay, sounds great. And I will say peace be with you.
Peace with you. Oh my God.
Wow.
Peace out, planet Earth.
Bye, everyone.
Yep.